Gentleman from Charlottesville.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, we've now had a chance to take a closer look at the budget that's been proposed by House Appropriations Committee and take a look at the half sheets. And we have heard and will continue to hear over the next few days how the budget is sustainable, conservative, fiscally responsible, careful, balanced, and funds core functions that our Commonwealth citizens rely upon. All of these are very good words. I agree. Great. You can all clap. And at first blush, this budget looks remarkably similar to what the governor proposed and has a lot of good things. You heard I said a lot of good things. But while the budget has a lot of good choices in it, it does also represent a series of missed opportunities. No. Okay, first, in education, the governor's proposed budget fully funded SOQs for K through 12, put more teachers in the classroom, provided teachers with a well-deserved raise. The House budget agreed and even upped it a little bit. A good choice. In higher education, the governor proposed substantial investments. The House Appropriations Committee agreed. Good choice. Other areas of agreement with the governor. Governor proposed to pay back VRS 2 years ahead of schedule. House Appropriations agreed. Governor proposed to pay the maintenance reserve projects with cash rather than with debt. House agreed, and there are others. But we also must be mindful of the missed opportunities, especially in our efforts to build that new Virginia economy that my friend, the delegate from Prince William, talked about just a few minutes ago. And as many of us have discussed in this body, we have about a 2-year window of opportunity before the next round of sequestration cuts hits Virginia. So every year, every month, every day, every hour that we do not spend on thinking how to build that new Virginia economy is lost. And while there's some good things in this budget that do that, there are also missed opportunities. Take the Virginia Bioscience Health Research Corporation, a group that was founded during the McDonald administration. Its task of commercializing university research has been successful. Every dollar of state money is matched by $3 of private sector money. That is a pretty good return. The governor proposed more money in the budget for this. The House decided to cut the governor's proposal. How about cybersecurity? We've heard a lot about that. There are a lot of good jobs that pay a lot of good money. We heard the gentleman a few minutes ago. It's not just about creating a job. It's creating a job that pays a good wage and a good salary. And these jobs in cybersecurity do that. The governor proposed $14.3 million in his budget. The House Appropriations recommendation is zero. Broadband. For all of you who are in rural areas, broadband is critical. If you're going to be able to have your citizens compete in the global economy, you have got to have access to high-speed internet. The governor put $5.7 million in the budget. The House Appropriations, zero. Solar. How about solar? We hear more and more from companies like Amazon and Microsoft that they need solar in place to help them build for the future, to locate in Virginia. The governor proposed $2.1 million. The budget has zero. And finally, even while we are building a new Virginia economy and investing money in the budget for research, credentialing, and there's a lot of good stuff in here for credentialing, let's make sure that the process is not overburdened by bureaucratic processes or legislative mismanagement. Let's not create too many barriers to an entrepreneurial way of thinking. I know it's hard to understand. The government would think entrepreneurially, but we need to think it. We need to be nimble. We can't have too many barriers to these investments occurring. Well, let's make sure as we go through the process we have that in place. And finally, for those of you who say we just couldn't afford to invest the money, please remember that as soon as we took Medicaid expansion off the table, the Appropriations Committee, blew a $157 million hole in the budget. $157 million. Those were bank savings in the governor's budget, blown out of the budget when Medicaid is not accepted. The money we continue to kick away, refuse to take back, is our money. It's our taxpayer money. And rather than send it to China to pay our debt, or to other creditors to pay our debt, or let it bounce around in Washington to be sent to other places, our money that's being sent to Washington, we say, bring it back to Virginia. And if we brought it back to Virginia, we could do a lot of the things that people say we can't afford to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Speaker, the last chapter on this budget has yet to be written. The next 2 weeks will make a difference in what it looks like, and I hope that we take a chance to build on what's good in this budget and transform those missed opportunities into major victories for our constituents and for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.